right, everybody, welcome to Wedrowki Pub. Now, Wedrowki, they only host special events down here tonight, so you guys here are here for a very special event. What do you know? For another comedian, an American comedian, not me. But I'm here anyway. I'm also American. What do you know? Anyway, so, thank you. I wanted to first say there's a couple of empty seats right here in the front row and in the second row if anybody's feeling very brave and want to navigate the aisles in the dark. It's right here. No, nothing wrong, so you can come up here, all right. Or you can do that during the break. All right, so my name's Dan. Hi. Hi. That is my name.
It's a wonderful name.
It's also a real name, and thank you. It is a wonderful name. It's the name my parents gave me, so, you know, they chose. What are you gonna do? Now, just to start us off, just to so we can get to know each other a little bit, I wanted to ask you guys a few questions before I started to, you know, talk for myself. Who here is Polish? That was a very quiet hands up. That was a very quiet, like, we're Polish, we're in a basement. This is how we survived the war. All right, let's hear from the foreigners in the audience. Very nice. Polish people, you can learn something. This is how you have fun. So, I'm a foreigner here in Poland. I don't know if you've realized. I was once asked, a friend of mine, he was featured in a YouTube ad, and when they were doing the casting, they asked him like, hey, do you know anyone who doesn't look Polish? And he was like, yeah, I know just the guy. So I'm in there, I don't have any lines, but I'm in the background, and it was an ad all about, supposed to be like, oh, we're Gen Zs, we're so cool, and this is not how, that's not how we do things anymore. And it came across as like the cringiest thing. All the Gen Z people were like, this looks like millennials made it. I'm like, yeah. But that said, as a foreign person here in Poland, a lot of people like to ask me, they ask me a couple of questions. Why Poland is one of them, yes, but we're gonna answer that a little bit later. I'm gonna let Jordan answer that one. But for me, one of the things they asked me is like, what is it like being a foreigner in Poland, you know? Because a lot of Poles, they grew up here, they didn't really meet many foreigners when they were growing up, so then now they're like, wow, you're here. Why did you come here? What is it like? Is it weird? Oh my, are they racist to you? Like, you know, Polish people are racist, right? And I find it very funny that Polish people are the ones telling me, hey, did you know that Polish people are racist? And then I'm like, well, you know, it's not so bad. You know, they say hi to me in the street. That's nice. Not everywhere does that. They say it in Japanese, but... also Chinese. And they say Poles don't speak other languages. It's not bad, it's not bad. No, but I like to sort of celebrate the idea that maybe people say hi to each other in the street. I think that's very friendly. And also that, you know, other languages. So I go up to them as well and I say, oh, guten Tag. This was once Germany. Any Germans in the house? Ooh. It's okay, it's okay. We can, no Germans. Anyway, all right, but the thing is that like I've been wondering to myself, I've been in Poland for almost 4 years. It's like 3.5 years? 4 years now, almost 4 years now. In October it'll be 4 years. And I still remember what it was like when I first moved here. I did not move to Wroclaw in the beginning. The first city I moved to in Poland, Polish people, you can react to this one. I moved to Radom. Okay. I did not realize when I first got there, it was my first sort of Polish experience was Radom, and then everybody, even including the people in Radom, were like, yeah, why'd you come here? But it was actually a very nice experience because I came here as an English teacher. And so my first, as an English teacher, yeah, you're teaching the language, but you're also there as sort of a cultural ambassador. You're there to be like, America's like this. And for a lot of Polish people, this is like the most like pro-American country in Europe. If you go to other parts of Europe, they're like, oh, Americans. And then here in Poland, they're like, oh, America, really? And I'm like, it's not so bad, but yeah. So once, for example, when I was in the elevator in my apartment building in Radom, and this was a Polish elevator, so it was a tiny, old, crappy elevator. We didn't have a lot of personal space, but one of my neighbors got in, and she was like, "Oh, hello." Well, she said, "Dzień dobry," and then I was like, "Oh, dzień dobry," And then she was like, "Oh, where are you from?" Except she didn't say this in English, and I didn't speak Polish. But maybe some Polish people can help. Where are you from in Polish? That's not what I learned. What I learned was Korea, Japan. But I understood it, and I was like, "Oh, America," and she's like, "Oh, America." Not Korean. I'm sorry. I'm definitely not a K-pop guy, so you should set your expectations low. But I was there. I was like, "America," and she was excited. She was a nice middle-aged old Polish lady, and she was like, "Oh, America." And then what happens when you tell someone where you're from? They think of the first things they know about anything. So they're like, "New York, California," and I'm like, "Yeah, those are places." And I said, "Well, okay." I was thinking like, okay, it's a community. I'm a cultural ambassador. I'm here to spread awareness. And it's like, "Oh, Texas," because I was born in Texas. Yeah, for real. And then she was like, "Oh, Texas," just as excited, very excited. She was like, "Cowboys, pew pew." And like I said, I was like, okay, let's be real. Cultural ambassador. I'm here to spread awareness and understanding and stuff. So I thought, okay, well, cowboys, they don't really exist in Texas anymore. It's not really a thing. But so I was like, okay, school shootings, pew pew. A lot more common. But no, I'm not Korean. I'm sorry. My family's Vietnamese, so my parents are Vietnamese. Although, I was born in Texas, like I said, and I never lived in Vietnam. Usually people, when I tell them I'm Vietnamese, they go like, "Oh, I love it. I love Vietnam. I've been there many times." And I'm like, "Oh, probably more than me." So. And the problem is that my Vietnamese is kind of shit. My parents, they would speak it at home, but they didn't really teach me. We didn't have any such thing as Vietnamese classes or anything like that. So I like to imagine that between my sister and I, we speak about the same as one Vietnamese person who is mentally disabled. But it's a challenge here in Poland because I got here to Poland and I discovered there's a lot of Vietnamese people here. Wroclaw, not so much, but they're around. There's a ton in Warsaw, but I walked into a Vietnamese restaurant here in Wrocław, and I was like, haha, and then I went up to the Vietnamese guy standing at the stall, and I was like, "Hey, xin chào," which means hello in Vietnamese. You are educated, thank you. And he was like, "Dzień dobry." And I was like, okay, well, my Polish is worse than my Vietnamese. So I tried. I looked at the menu and I wanted to order some spring rolls. And I was like, "Oh, được lấy tayo, huh? That's, can I get some spring rolls?" And he was like, "Co to jest?" This is how you know that the Vietnamese community is doing really well in Poland. Yeah, they're out there. There's some of them that were born and raised here. I find that insane. I'm like, wow. And there's still more Vietnamese than I am. It's pretty tough. But I didn't really have access to a Vietnamese community when I was growing up because I grew up in Indonesia, actually. Bless you. So I grew up in Indonesia. I moved there when I was about 4 years old, and I grew up there. Now, Indonesia, maybe some fun facts. Majority Muslim country. It's 300 million people, kind of big, bigger than Poland. But sometimes when people ask me, they find that out, and they're like, "Oh yeah, isn't that a bit of a dangerous country for people like you?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "Oh, it's a Muslim country, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and there's this holy month." Sorry, I put that together, whole and holy. Unintentional, I'm sorry. But it was a whole holy month of Ramadan. And I'm like, "Oh, you mean, wait, what?" And he's like, "Yeah, Ramadan." Thank you, thank you. Some people in the back got it. It's okay. It's Ramadan now. It's yeah. Something like that. Yeah. So any Muslims in the house? Haram. What are you doing here? So, sorry? Okay. You're not drinking? Oh, you're the best. You're the best Muslims. It's okay. This is how you live. But I living in Indonesia for a long time. I actually moved back there just a few years before I came to Poland. I was in Indonesia and I moved here during the pandemic, and it was a little funny because I realized that Indonesian people are some of the friendliest people that you'll ever meet. You'll just walk along them, and they'll smile, they say hi. If you've been waiting for 5 minutes, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that you've been waiting for 5 minutes." It's and they're such friendly, polite, nice people. And much like the flag, when I moved to Poland, those smiles turned upside down. But Polish people are nice, right? Yeah. All right, I want to ask a couple of people. Who here, someone who's not Polish, can I ask someone here from the front where I might, okay. Hands up, yes, hi. Where are you from? Ukraine, okay, cool. And your friend as well? Same, okay, cool. And what do we say it's in a basement? Sorry, oh. She said, to the people in the back, she said, "Beat me." I know it's a red light and we're in a basement. But I think this is a few more shades of gray than I'm looking for. But okay.
Be offended by it, I'm not.
Okay. So who's your friend? Who are you here with? Who's your friend?
My friend is Sabina. She's from Odessa.
Okay.
I regret my decision to come here.
Oh my goodness. I'm not even the main event. But okay, so how do you know each other?
From work.
From work? Yeah? What do you work as?
We are working at Qatar Airways company.
In Qatar Airways. Okay. Are you flying or are you desk people?
Desk people.
Oh.
All the jobs,
Yeah? Do you feel like your job is going places? But I feel okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but the people who work at the desk, they're the important ones, right? They're the ones who let you on the plane? Kinda, yeah, right?
Yeah, they are
So,
actually important. Yeah.
so the people who are on the plane, whatever, you're already on the plane. But the people who are gonna let you on, so...
For some reason they're calling us.
For some reason, yes. And so, do you feel like you're ever just trapped behind the desk? But do you ever let people on? Just because? Depends.
Yeah. On their situation.
On their situation.
Lying.
Okay. On their situation, meaning their relationship status.
No, they're actually lying.
That they're lying.
Yeah. No, they're not lying. It depends on the policies.
Depends on the policies.
True.
Okay. I think we're getting too technical into your jobs now. It's not very fun. Okay. Do you have a cool, fun work story to share with us? No? Okay. All right, can I make one up?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so these two people working for Qatar Airways here in Wroclaw, is it?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay, great. They're working here at the Wroclaw airport, right?
No. Not at the airport.
And not at the airport. No, they're working at the airport, right? And then they met one day because one of them was working at the desk and the other one was working at the desk next to her. And then they're like, "Hang on a minute, who is this? Who is this? Hi, are you also from Ukraine?" Yes, I am. Right? Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe it's more fun that way.
No flights from Ukraine. You didn't know, but I will tell you.
I mean, I was talking here in Wrocław, but okay. A lot of things aren't flying in Ukraine right now. Anyway. Yeah. Thank you. Anyway, so enough about you guys from Ukraine. I wanted to educate you guys a little bit because, like I said, I'm Vietnamese, but I'm not very good at being Vietnamese. And I just wanted to leave you with one last sort of story before I pass on to Jordan, who's going to take over this second part of this first half. So, anyone been to Vietnam or anything? No? Yeah? Wow, you guys need to travel more. It's a nice country. It's nice. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to do. But like I said, being Vietnamese is a little tricky because when you're outside of the country, you kind of have to identify a little bit more. And so my parents, they gave me my English name, Daniel, and they gave me my Vietnamese name, Bảo Huy. I have both. And now Bảo Huy, it translates to precious genius. As you can see, my parents had expectations. I did not meet them. My sister's a professor. She's the successful one, but I'm a little bit more fun to be around. But the thing is that like Vietnamese names are a little bit funny. So we have the official name, there's a whole naming tradition, but we also have nicknames. So for example, my cousin back in Texas, his name is Oliver, but his Vietnamese name is Thiên Khi, which translates to Golden Sky. Yeah, you want to be named Golden Sky too, right? Yeah. And you're Qatar Airways, but... Anyway, the thing is though, like his official name is Thiên Khi, but his nickname, we've been calling him that ever since he was a baby, is Cô Tí, which literally translates to small penis. Don't feel too bad for him. He's married, he's got 2 kids. You know, his wife is also Vietnamese, so it fits. That's what we're famous for in Vietnam. We fit into tight spaces, His younger brother is named Brandon. He prefers his English name, but his Vietnamese name is Thiên Duy, which means golden opportunity. I bet he tells all of his girlfriends. But ever since he was a baby, we've been calling him Cô Bi, and that literally translates to round penis. As if there's any other kind. But I don't know, maybe when he was little, he was playing with the blocks and he was like, oh, it's round, it fits. I don't know. Anyway, but now I have to tell you, I have to ask you, what do you think my nickname is? That's my last name, that's my family name. It is it's the most popular Vietnamese name, but no, that's not what my parents call me. No? It's Cô Huy, which translates to genius penis. Which is also setting high expectations that that can happen, yeah. But the thing is that I ended up living in Switzerland for a while. I've been doing comedy for about 5.5 years now, and I started it in Switzerland. So I was thinking, when I was living in Switzerland at the time, before I was leaving, I was thinking okay, I gotta get a long-term permit here. How do I do this? You have to do something that no one else can do, right? Yeah, you have to do something that they can't hire a local person to do. And I looked around at the German-speaking world around me, and I was like, I'll be a comedian. But as you can see, I'm not in Switzerland. I started in Switzerland. I took my show to Indonesia, to here in Poland, and you could say I'm originally Vietnamese and all that stuff. And I was just realizing, ooh, that's a lot of red flags. And on that note, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it off to our main event for tonight. You'll see me a bit later. I'll open up the second half. But basically, what we're gonna do is Jordan's gonna take the last part of this first half. We'll take a break, and then we'll be back for the second half. Okay? Wait. You guys don't sound excited enough. I think we can get a little bit more excited. How are you excited for Jordan?